I was downtown when it really hit me and I'd got lost. And at that time I didn't know where I lived either.
Yeah,
he was there. He found me.
Yeah,
didn't you, Stan?
Yeah.
He found me.
We tried to get rid of her, but it was no good. We come to it like a wheel with spokes heading into the centre.
I'm Sandy.
I'm Brian.
I'm Gillian. I'm Brian's partner.
I'm Vicky, and I'm married to Jamie.
These guys around me are all part of this operation.
I think quite a lot of things go on here that I don't know about.
Have you been coming to the centre for long, Stan?
Well, I've just been told it. I was going to say 3 years, but evidently it's 5 to 6.
Morning, my name's Peter, and I've got dementia.
You're often told by the GP, well, you know, you've got Alzheimer's, there's nothing you can do, and people
True.
tend to go home and give up.
With a lot of diseases, they do precisely the same. You got this now, it's your age. If you can stand up and do it, do it. If you can't, sit down and do it. And if you can't, lay down and do it. The thing is that you do it.
Life just doesn't end because you've got dementia or Alzheimer's.
We both need to know how to deal with what the future holds.
We are going to my favourite place in the world, called Milk Hill. The hill actually looks like a breast with a nipple on the top. Oh, look!
I think when you're told that you've got something like this, and I think I was the only person in the world and nobody explained anything to me.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it to anybody and everybody, particularly those that have been before you.
There are 2 things going on, or maybe 2 or 3 things going on in fighting dementia. Some people get muddled, some people, I suppose, just won't join, and there's ourselves working on this plan, this thing, which has got, or it seems, has got some measure to it. And how do we get more people in?
I bet you wondered where you were going, didn't you?
I mean, I think you'll see in all of this, what the team does is to try and get through or get over. If you're embarrassed or...
Makeup?
Sorry, guys.
It's raining.
Yeah, Jamie does have a large stick, I've noticed.
Someone else can do the funny bit.
Very quickly, I got involved with Forget-Me-Not, and I went in. I thought, I'm not staying here. You know, people are worse than me here. I haven't got this. And gradually, they became my best friends. They helped me, and now it's my turn to help the others, you know.
That's quite interesting, isn't it? Saying that no animals were harmed, they're making a physical film.
Dancing, qualified in 1972 to be a dancing teacher.
You're keen to get back to teaching?
Yeah. Just having that little energy to push yourself.
Yeah.
But not full time, just as a hobby. You meet people.
Yeah.
And you make new friends.
Go on, after you.
Why is it that we're doing this, but other people are sitting around a room with a TV set on?
With the same amount of staff.
With the same amount of staff?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why is that? People like to make judgments about ill people.
Yeah.
And feel better about themselves by looking after the poorly people who then can't, you know, it's all of those things, isn't it?
Jamie, for instance, he had a major battle with an ivy plant. He took it out the root, sawed it off and pulled it up. But to get the top bit off the roof, he was up a ladder. 4 days. And a roof that high. Now, I wasn't going to stand at the bottom of the ladder and wait for him to fall off.
Then announced me one day, I fell off the ladder. Fine. Fell off the ladder.
And he would fall off the ladder whether he might well fall off the ladder whether he had Alzheimer's or not. You know, that's what you've got to kind of keep remembering all the time.
Yes.
You know, it's a bit like when we walked down there and the dogs went in. Hooch couldn't quite get out, so Jamie went and pulled him out. And Peter went behind Jamie to grab his trousers. When I went up to Peter and pretended to push them both in, of course, And then I thought, oh dear, that's not very fun, is it?
I can drag you all in.
If Jamie wants to fall in on any of our days out, you know, or do anything or whatever.
Might have tried, but you were not about to succeed.
If he'd fallen in, he wouldn't have fallen in because he's got Alzheimer's. He's fallen in because he's gone after the dog.
When I was diagnosed with slight dementia, I sort of went into a little phase where I just sat around and did nothing. And I got to a state where I went to see my local doctor. Then they put me up to Think Again group, and I said to them, I need motivation. And that's what Think Again gave me, motivation. And then they said, now you've got yourself going, perhaps you ought to become a part of Forget Me Not.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to do things. I still get down times,
sure,
and I get up times. But this today, when I get home, I'll be on top of the world when I get home. Well, hold up there, look. So they're used to it, can't you?
Yeah.
We must get on their nerves, you know. I mean, I get angry about it, but then we must get on their nerves.
This is what my Jean wrote because she couldn't come in today. Could something be done to help husband or wife to understand more about dementia and Alzheimer's?
The danger as a wife or husband is the smothering.
One of the things that was very trying is for my wife, who every time she spoke to her friends, her workmates or whatever, how's Peter, what's he got, to be turned around and say, I don't know. And it happens once, it happens twice, it happens third. By about the end of the first year, which is, I'm not far short on, I think, on that timing, we still hadn't had a confirmation of what I had got.
It would be help if somebody could go to the houses to explain it to them, what is happening to that person.
If somebody's diagnosed, get someone like me who can be there for them. You know, if they want me, not everybody likes people around them.
My son and daughter-in-law, and you know, we're lucky that they're close to us and around a lot, and that helps him too.
Have you sort of like picked up on anything new since you had the diagnosis?
People's feelings.
Yeah. Can I ask you about the more sort of practical day-to-day things of...
Write it down. If you write it down, you can't forget that. I know that there are people that have got labels on things saying cupboard, knives and forks, etc., etc.
Dan, what are your top tips?
If you have a drawer or a cupboard in your living room, you need one because then you can put everything that is important for you for the day, the week or the month.
It doesn't have to say Alzheimer's, it just says I have memory
problems.
I have memory problems.
Yeah.
I've got something to add as well about the card. Try and remember what it was like, because there's a load and loads and loads of people who are really scared of telling anybody they've got it. Actually, I've got Alzheimer's.
I don't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's a big deal, isn't it?
It's hurt to start with.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a bit of yourself when you do it.
The way I've tried to come around it is going for walks. I've been living in Wiltshire for, 30, 40 years, and I've been to places that I never would have seen in normal life.
I mean, all the way round. You know, no large town. Goodness knows how many miles you're seeing.
That's south.
I'll get up, have a breakfast, and walk into Swindon, which will be an hour, and go to the library and read the newspapers. One, I'm cutting an expenditure down. Secondly, I'm getting exercise.
Don't be embarrassed by using a walking stick. This is where a lot of people, they get stuck indoors winter time, especially if they're on their own. Then that simply means they are locked in. You can go down, very down, and get more problems.
It took us a long time to walk.
Can I have
from
a barrel?
Swindon.
Regardless of whether it's Parkinson's or whether it's Alzheimer's or whether it's one of the other of the many, we need to pull everybody together in like a united front.
My life is positive. It wasn't when I first got diagnosed, but it's positive now.
We'll just go down there and then head back down there.
Okay.
Why can't, when you get diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's, why can't we look at it that it's another part of an adventure in life? And you go on from there, rather than just hide away and just say, oh, I've got it, and forget it, I'm finished. I think it's an adventure in life. It's another adventure.
You just
That's typical me.
Life is unpredictable.
Yeah, no.